Hello, Health Stream. How you doing? Today we're going to talk about broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts, I learned about them through Rhonda Patrick, Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She has a website and a YouTube channel called Found My Fitness. She's a PhD. I'm not sure what the exact title is, but she's focused on longevity and DNA. So I learned about her through the Joe Rogan podcast, and there's a lot of great videos there, a lot of great videos on her channel. And today I'm going to show you how I make my own broccoli sprouts. So what you need to do, I bought a kit, and you'll need to buy the sprouts too. So here I use a brand from the Sprout House, only because I felt good about it and I found it on Amazon. There are other brands. These are non-GMO or certified organic, so they're not expensive. Might as well go for the gold. See these little seeds? Those are they, right? I think that's the proper grammar, not those are them. I'll have to look that up. But so what you do is, you don't need to buy a kit. You could probably make it yourself, but they're so cheap, I don't know why you wouldn't. Also found on Amazon. You buy the kit, comes with 3 mason jars. I only use one at a time, that's all I need. It makes so much. Now, mason jars come with this lid, that normal mason jar lid. What you do is, you put some seeds into the jar, about 1 inch wide on the bottom. Fill the jar up with water, preferably purified spring water, and let that sit in a dark, cool place. So I put it right there in the closet for 24 hours. Then take the normal lid off, put this mesh lid on top. So this is kind of why you need the kit, because these lids are hard to find. I'm sure you can make something maybe in your house if you have readily available. I don't. So, and again, it wasn't very expensive, so it wasn't like, oh, so I don't want to buy this kit. Just buy it. Anyway, put this lid on it. Drain the water out. It stinks, but it's got a lot of nutrients in it. So if you have plants, you can put it in the plants to help them grow. But drain the water out. Try to drain it as much as possible because, like I said, it stinks. Put fresh water back in, swish it around, clean them off, drain it again. Then you're going to, this is the little stand that comes with the kit. You can see there's space for 3 jars. The back is higher than the front. And you're going to then rest the jar on the stand. And you're going to rinse out and drain the seeds in the morning and at night every day, until you can see some of them are already starting to sprout. See that green there? So eventually what will happen is that they'll sprout. They'll be this yellowish color, and then they'll go to a darker green color. As they get larger, the seed casings, the brown, dark brown things, will start to slough off and fall off. When they get larger, you'll want to put this, because right now they can fit, the seeds can fit through here. So once they start growing, you'll change out this lid for that lid so that these casings can get washed away. They won't all get washed away. Actually, most of them won't get washed away, but you'll just eat them. It's not a big deal. You'll see them in your poop. What are you going to do? So once the seeds start turning dark green and you feel like most of them have sprouted, you will take them out of the bag and put them into a freezer bag and freeze them. I'll show you. So I have a bag ready to go for me to eat. And the reason why you'll want to do that is because freezing of the sprouts will break the casings, and that's really what you want to do. So you'll either freeze them, or when you eat them, you want to either chew them a lot or put them in a smoothie that you're going to blend, because the sprouts need to be crushed before you ingest them. So either by your teeth or by a blade, or by popping in the freezer. So I don't know if you know much about cells. It's been a while since I had biology, but there's a lot of water in cells, and you cannot digest, break down cellulose of plant cells. So what will happen is when you freeze them, the water expands when you freeze it. Right? What happens to your ice cubes? Most liquids don't expand, but water does. So what happens to your ice cubes in the tray? You put them in there, and then boop, they kind of pop up, right? Or if you put a water bottle full of water in the freezer, it expands. That's a special quality of water. Anyway, when that happens in the cell, it breaks the cell walls, and it will release the chemicals that are actually the beneficial ones for you to eat. So that's what I do. It takes about 4 or 5 days of this process. This jar went from 1/2 inch of seeds, and when I'm done, when this is green, it will be full. It will be stuffed full. And other instructions that you'll see online won't tell you that. They'll say do a teaspoon, and maybe even this will tell you put a teaspoon or a tablespoon of seeds in here with a little bit of water. Ain't nobody got time for that. I want to make as much sprouts as I can in one sitting, right? Because it does smell, right? You have to pour it over on your counter, and it starts to smell over there, and it's just... So make as much as you can. Why not? Why wouldn't you? So that will be full. It takes about 4 or 5 days for this to get full. And at the end, when it starts to get a little green, you can put it by the window during the day to, not necessarily to dry out, but to get some sun. So they'll get a little greener and grow a little faster. I'll do that if I remember. Also, they might get a little white hairs on them, and people think that's mold, but it's not. It's that means they're too dry. They're looking for water. So they're sending out some tendrils looking for water. So what you can do is when you rinse them in the morning and at night, if you see that happening, you can let it sit in the water before you drain it out, just so that it can absorb more of the water. And then that bag that I just showed you, that's a full bag from one jar of this, will last me, could last me a month. I usually eat 2 tablespoons a day. And just frozen, just like that. Or you can put that in a salad, or you can put that in your shake. But I just take a spoon, eat it. And so what will happen is if I get to that one bag left in my freezer, then I'll start to make another one, just to make sure that by the time that's done, I have another one ready to go. So super easy peasy. I don't know why everyone's not doing this, but everyone should. So, and it's kind of expensive to buy at the health food store. I've seen broccoli sprouts, I've looked for them, and it's about $4 for a little container like this, like an alfalfa sprout container. I can go through that. I can eat that easily in 4 days. So why wouldn't I just make them here? It's so super cheap and super easy. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.